Just about to start and. Okay, I call this meeting of the Madison College Student Senate General Assembly to order. It is Thursday, January 23rd at 4:31 p.m. I'll now read the opening statement. Where did that go? I will now ask for roll call.
Roll call starts now. Executive Council, President Riddle,
Here I am.
Vice President Powell, present. Vice President of Legislative Affairs, Hashmi,
Present.
Vice President of Team Development, Salifu,
Present.
Vice President of Public Relations, Jackson Winters.
Here.
Advisor Cole.
Present.
Move to Trucks Campus, Senator Avila.
Mine says present.
Senator Silver Brunner.
Excused.
Are they excused? Oh, yes, that's correct. Sorry.
Senator Kamara.
Didn't hear anything from him.
Senator Declan.
Yeah.
Senator Valario.
David Villarreal is present.
Senator Wilkin.
He's no longer.
Oh, yeah, he quite.
Yes, we can remove that.
Move to regional and metro campuses. Footage Senator Crowder. Use.
Yes.
Reedsburg Senator Stacy Brunner.
Also excused.
Fort Atkinson Senator Dirks.
He's here. Lando, we can't hear you. He's present.
Goodman South Senator Bissonnette.
Present.
Quorum met.
Or met, okay. Thank you very much. Welcome to our General Assembly meeting of the Madison College Student Senate. This is a public meeting. It'll be recorded for transparency and record-keeping purposes. We're going to cover a few basic items before beginning. If you lose connection at any point during the meeting, you can reconnect by clicking the link or calling the number in your original email. The senators and other members online, please activate your video for the duration of the meeting, if possible. Use the raise hand feature when you'd like to be recognized to speak, ask questions, or request a roll call vote. As chair, I'll do my best to call on committee members in the order in which hands are raised. Lowering your hand will take you out of the queue. Any questions at this point? Nothing from anyone here. I don't see anything from anyone online. So we can move on to approval of the previous meeting minutes that Lando created. This is all the way from December 5th. So it's a long time ago, but I had time to read it. It looked good to me when I looked over it. So people generally like it, or we want to go over it. Let's do a quick go over. So Lando, you're online. I think the big thing was that we just kind of did, we did a review of the premium parking initiative that was passed. There were some good questions that were generated there. We did a overview, the attendance policy review. We were not going to pass it. At that time it was tabled, and then we did a review of everything that we did during the year. So that's pretty much it. Did anyone have any comments on the minutes? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve. Okay, motion from Senator Bissonnette, second from Senator Villarreal.
Yes.
Okay, Villarreal. Yeah, got it. Okay, at this point, any discussion? Seeing none, we can do a vote of unanimous approval. If no one opposes, we can pass this motion in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Motion passed. Senator Crowder is back And she did decide that she would join today, I guess, so, but for the next 3 weeks, we can talk more about it later. But anyways, moving on to the agenda, approval of the agenda. It's in front of you, sent it out this morning. Does anyone have any questions about it? There's just no reports, Senator Raptor.
I have a question about the new business section, specifically the resolution ideas.
Yes,
Will I be called on to speak about the ones I emailed you?
I never got a chance to talk to you about it. Yes, that would be the idea. Okay, that you would have some time to talk up there with me during that portion. So, but yes, that was what I meant to talk to you about today. But yes, that would be it. If you're free for that. Perfect. Okay. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Seeing none, I entertain a motion to approve. So moved, Senator Bissonnette, second by Senator Villarreal. Make it good. Yeah, you two are going through it now. That's perfect. Any discussion? No discussion. If that's the case, then we can do a vote by unanimous approval. No one opposes. We can pass in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Motion passes. The agenda is approved. Moving on to public comment. Do we have any public comment? No, at this point, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce the people in the room. We have a returning member. So Quinn Madison. Matson, okay. And my friend Evan here, Sullivan Riggles.
Yes, you got it.
I got it right, pronounced it right. I don't see your last name ever. That's how it goes. But if you just want to introduce yourselves, I'm lending my voice to you, a feature of parliamentary procedure. If you just want to introduce yourself and I don't know why you decided to come here, that'd be cool.
I'm Quinn Madsen. I've been coming here a few times now, and I'm interested to see what good Student Senate can do for the rest of the student population and the wider communities that it's a part of.
Mhm. Yeah, and you're like an environmental guy. I don't know, that's how I met you.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, I met Kai at a climate conference, and I have some interest in the sustainability that maybe we're capable of here at Madison College, and a handful of other things.
I'd like to state for the record, he's a good writer.
Oh,
Thank you. Senator Villarreal took English 1 with me. Yeah, I'm here.
so he helped you through it, or maybe it was the other way around? Okay.
I think I got some good advice from you as well.
Okay, so we all need a buddy like that.
Yeah, I'm just here to see what you're all doing.
Okay, cool stuff. Moving on.
Yes, thank you. I'm Evan Sullivan Rickles. I met Kai this past semester during the fall and with some of his words decided to join Student Senate to see if we can promote equitable solutions. I'm kind of interested in the public policy sector, so I'm just curious to see what we can do to implement positive change.
Do you want to share your specific idea? You ready yet? Or I know it, but I'm not gonna say it. But yeah.
It's kind of a big one. It's a huge undertaking actually, but I'm very curious in trying to expand the technical college system and have some of our colleges, particularly MATC, start offering baccalaureate degrees or bachelor equivalents.
And yeah, 24 out of the current 50 states.
Actually, 25 now.
25? What's the fifth? Illinois? They finally
I
approved
don't
it?
remember what the newest one was, but
Okay.
now it's 25, so half of the entire United States.
Okay.
So yes.
Yeah, so Wisconsin could kind of join us with that. So we'll see what happens. Our legislature is an interesting thing, but if you join us, you can see, but you'll learn more about it during this meeting. So,
Yes.
okay, welcome to, Evan and Quinn. So thank you both.
Thank you, Kai.
Yeah, at this point, we can move on in the agenda to our team building activity. Nohaya prepared some casual stuff for us to talk about, so.
That's casual.
That's casual, right?
Oh yeah. Okay, so welcome back everybody. It's not like it's just like sorry. For the team development building, when I ask you how was your break and what is your goal? The goal that you wanna achieve as a senator before the end of the semester. Whatever you wanna go next can start.
I'm sorry, could you repeat your question?
How was your break and what is your goal as a senator or VP or president at for the Senate before the end of the semester? What is one goal you wanna achieve?
New year, new us, right? You.
Who want to go first? Online?
For a young homeowner turning into their parents, neighborhood. So like.
I can go first. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. I had to get a
That's
different
Andrew in the
headset.
background.
Probably.
That's Andrew in the background.
Yeah, he's probably back
I
there
hear
somewhere. All right, let's see here. How was your break? My break was interesting. I'd like to call it good and soon to be gooder, if that counts for anything. That just means that I went to Puerto Rico and that was a blast until just before I was coming back, where I had 2 more falls. And then when I got back, I had surgery like a week and a half later. So, let's see here. What is your goal? How was your break? What is your goal for Senate? I just think it's really important for the students within the college to understand Senate. So I guess my goals would fall into that area of publicizing and making people more aware of what Senate can do and making sure that they're aware that we exist.
Nice.
Thank you. Who want to go next?
You can say I saw your hand up.
Sure, yeah. Had a very relaxing, enjoyable break. Got to clean my office out. Had to work some overtime. And what I want to do for this semester for the Senate is I want to get ready for the fall. You know, I want to make sure that with a lot of us leaving and some of us staying, that it's a smooth transition and we get some new members in and, you know, we raise awareness of what the Senate does.
Nice, thank you. Who want to go next?
Declan, no.
Yeah, I'll go. My winter break was pretty jam-packed, actually, a lot of trips, a lot of
Nice.
really interesting stuff. I saw the James J. Hill House, which was a railroad magnate who lived in St. Paul. And he built the Transcontinental Railroad from there all the way into Seattle. So that was really interesting. Something that I want to accomplish as a senator in the next semester is, well, I guess I'll get into the minutia of that later, but
Yeah.
I want to be effective with the policies I pass, and I want them to have real actionable elements.
Thank you.
I'll go next.
Okay.
My winter break was really nice and relaxing. It was nice doing what I always did during the semester, except without the academic pressure and guilt. So that was nice. And then, my goal is to increase my presence and awareness of Student Senate at Goodman South.
Yeah.
My classes are at Goodman exclusively this time around, so I'm sure I can easily do that.
Thank you.
Especially with the Goodman South Town Hall.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that,
Especially
though.
with that, I saw that.
Mhm. Okay, who's next? Did you go yet, Jose?
I did.
Yeah.
Just literally went up, so sorry.
Yeah. You want the next name down?
My winter break was really good and restful, and I celebrated my birthday, and it was a good birthday. I went to escape room, and that was fun. What I would like to improve in the Senate is just like my goal is to make more promotions for Student Senate, specifically working with STEM to get merch for Student Senate and posters around the school. Yeah.
Thank you. Hassan?
Yes, you're next. We're on round table.
Yeah. My break was wonderful. Get to spend time with my family. Traveling 15-hour flight. Yeah, and my goal this semester is to get the election smoothly. And exciting for the new team members. Yeah.
People online, Angel and Lando. Maybe Lando will go first. with your audio.
Have trouble with BKB also.
I know.
Oh,
That
okay.
new speaking computer, yes.
Can you guys hear me now? Oh, there's echo.
Yeah. Echo.
Okay.
Danger. Yes.
So my winter break was pretty good. Oh gosh.
You turn the audio off on one of the things that you're on
Mm-hmm.
and mute it too. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. I think that fixed it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So winter break, very eventful. Got to see some of you guys at different events, which was pretty cool. Anything else? Two things. One, I switched my major, which was a big leap for me, but I thought now would be the time to do it. And I have a whole plan figured out for my future coursework. I was accepted into UW Whitewater this semester, so I just attended the SOAR advising last week, Friday, and kind of got things started up there. I'm going to be taking one online course there, doing some online courses here, but then I'll be full-time there starting next semester. So been a lot going on logistically, just trying to figure out my path forward, and yeah, just trying to also take up some more responsibilities, work a little more. So it's gonna be a crazy semester, but got to go out with a bang, you know. And so my goal, my major goal for Senate would be getting that premium parking group, like getting a committee together for that and having some tangible impact on the parking situation here. Whether that just be, you know, talking to public safety and getting one spot or a handful of spots reserved for that, like every little bit counts. So just trying to work through that would be my goal.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we'll talk more about that later. Angel said he'd go last. So I guess I'll go and Nicole go, or other way around.
You go.
And then Elon?
No, you go.
Oh, Elon, I'm so sorry.
Go.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so my break was busy. I did, I spent a lot of time on lab work, and I also reviewed a paper.
Research
I-
paper?
Yes.
You're gonna publish, right?
No, it's
Oh.
like just like peer review.
Still.
Also, my goal for the Senate is, update and finish the 3-year plan, set up the committee and future plans for the PPI. And also, I will try to build, I will try to organize and see if we can build a first database for this PPI project. And finally, I'm working on the transition documents for the next year's student senate. And that's my goal for this semester.
Thank you.
Perfect. You can tell who you want to go next.
You can go next.
I'll go next?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you all know me. I have big plans, big ideas. I literally have a presentation on what it is that I want to achieve. But I think the biggest thing is that I think Nohaya will really like this, is that we want to increase the salaries of people, not just within Senate, but also across like our student activities board. So it sounds like they're not doing a raise for a while, and the hourly rate is what I seem to understand. But I think that's big. And I think the other issue is that right now, I just talked about it. HR said that any experience that you have prior to completing a bachelor's degree won't count if you want to work here at Madison College. So I'm not really sure why that's a rule. So maybe we should say something about that. So I think I need to find out more about that, make sure that I got all my details right about that, but that's just something I preliminarily heard. And I'm pretty sure we'll be hearing more about that throughout the semester. And I would like to change that rule, because I don't know if Madison College like is going to be my next, like job like after I graduate, but I'd like to have the option, because I think my degree here is worth it. And I think that we've all have lived experiences leading up to how we got here, so that should be counted. So that'd be like 1, 2 things I'd like to see. So yeah. I'd like you all to have more money.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay. I guess
didn't
I'll
happen
go
yet though.
I hope so. Okay, so my winter break was interesting. So I went for 24 hours in my country in Africa, and then I fly to Dubai. I spent 10 days back there with my sister. And then, yeah, and then I came back and I started my internship.
A lot of money.
So that is not the point of my winter break. Oh my goodness. And then, yeah, here we have statistics. My goal would be, I mean, it's more than one, but probably I would like more people or more students to be more in person for the meeting. And also during the semester, coming more to the different events. So show up as almost all, like all the events if you can. And also I'm leaving at the end of this semester, so make the transition with the next VP of team development, like I would say it smoothly, like I said, and more easily. So I think that is my goal for this semester.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We can read Angel's statement wherever that is.
Want me to read it?
Yes, please.
So from Angel, break was too short, working and eating a lot. Plans for Senate is to bring more people in and share the space and voice.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, no, but yes, he's going now, but yeah.
My break was good. Had a lot to do, get ready for. So I think it's going smooth. And then, yes, my goal for this Senate is to work with you all to create the transition documents so that the next folks who take over your role are set up for success and that y'all play a really strong role in that. And I want to make sure that that's known because the work you do continues even after your time is done here. So that's gonna be my big push to kind of assist in breaking these habits of not having much to work with to start. Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'd like to extend it to our guests to be able to say what they did during break and just share what your goals are for the future. So who wants to go first? Either one of you.
I can go first. I guess.
Okay, Mr. Evan.
My break was pretty good. A lot of family gatherings, a lot of food. Too short.
Yeah.
Like Angel said. So my big goal for this semester is to really get the ball rolling on expanding METC and the Wisconsin Technical College system, so that we might be able to administer bachelor's degrees to promote more accessibility to higher education amongst low income and impoverished communities. And yeah, I think that's it.
That's a lot. You got your work cut out for you.
I'm just
but
curious, where did you get that idea from?
So there's this organization in Florida that I learned about called the Community College Baccalaureate Association.
Yeah.
They currently serve 25 states. Actually, I can't remember when that organization actually became a thing, but even before that, back in 1989, the first state to implement this program was West Virginia, when they had a high demand for jobs and stuff, and not enough people had bachelor's degrees. So to incentivize that, they started offering programs at community colleges around the state of West Virginia to try to promote more accessibility so that people could actually go on to get a 4-year education who felt like normally they wouldn't have the adequate financial means to do so. And yeah, it's just kind of expanded ever since.
Mr. Quinn.
Yes, I had a kind of tumultuous break. But all in all, good. Some good people I haven't seen in a long time. That was good. Relaxed, recuperated. Me and a few friends started a trash pickup club. Going to spots mostly on bike paths and kind of in between areas that the city isn't really attending to. That We don't want to have trash at anymore. We're picking things up. That's not related to the college at all. Not everyone is a student or faculty. So, but that's been fun. Hang out and do something good. Not much else to report.
And for your goal?
I'm sorry, my goal
Mhm.
for this semester?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about, what I would be able to accomplish as a student senator. And if I can, and honestly, if I can dedicate the time that will be required for it, I'm taking 18 credits. I'm kind of just flying by right now. Last
Been there,
semester I
bro.
took almost as many and it went okay. But I'm just cautious with cautious with promising how much I can do.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Nohaya, for setting that up with us all. Oh, wait. Cole, did you go? You did go.
Yeah.
My memory is very short term. I feel like Dory. Fish brain. Okay. Okay, with that, we can go to disclosures and recusals, related to anything on the agenda today. If there's anything you have to disclose, any partnerships, affiliations, ownerships, anything like that, related to anything we may vote on today, which would just be the attendance policy update. I don't know, anyone have any sort of conflict of interest there? No, I mean, in some ways we all do, but I mean, that's why we're talking about it. So I don't think anyone has any conflict there. No one owns anyone or anything way. So, okay. That is good. We can move on to reports from officers, advisors, and standing committees. Executive Council and President's report. Wow, we're back, and I feel like this semester is going to go really fast. We have a lot of big things we're going to be talking about, trying to accomplish. We have a presentation to go over that with you all, but I don't know. This is my last semester at Madison College, and I kind of want to leave a legacy.
No.
A few things. What do you mean?
Last semester?
Yes, I'm graduating. I would graduate, even if I have to get a C in both those classes. I'm graduating, so that's not gonna happen though, hopefully. But in any case, yes, there's a couple lasting legacy changes we already left, like the ID policy for, put your chosen name on there. Our SAB funding, now we can actually raise the fees if needed. So hopefully those new structures will set some things up. But I kind of wanted something really big, and I don't know what that big thing is yet. I met with a former student senate president, the one we kind of revere. Her name is Tina Owens. I met with her over break. She got a 13 or maybe 14% like of the school to vote last year, just for what's it called, reference. Only 200-ish people voted in the Senate election. She got 14% of the school to vote, which is like 2,600 people. So she's kind of like the person I look up to. I met with her and talked with her about some ideas. She was very ambitious. I don't know how she did it all, but maybe that was pre-pandemic. So we're kind of getting back to a point, but I'd really like to see some of those things. So what I'd like to see, like I mentioned, increased pay for the work that we do here, because I think it's valued. And yeah, that's kind of the big one. So I want to see that happen with a new structure so that we can make sure that people are equitably paid for some of the work that they're doing, because I get paid a lot more than you all do. And I don't know, there's a lot of work to do, but I'd like to see that change. So there we go. That's kind of my report. We'll be continuing on that, and I have a presentation on everything else. So anything else? Any questions?
What was the 14% vote for? I know that the textbook, the referendum.
Textbook referendum, yes.
That was 11.8 from what I.
Was it 11? Okay, I could be wrong then. 11.8.
Okay.
Wow, you had the numbers on me. So good on you. Yeah, at some point I've looked at that document. I know it was upwards of 10%. I must be misremembering something, so fact check me. That's okay. So good job. Fact checked up. Okay. Yeah, Senator Raptor is very man. You're new and you already know these things, so I'm impressed with you.
You
So
reading it up yesterday?
yes.
Yeah,
What? Oh, you're looking up yesterday
yeah.
for what reason?
Well, it's all in the curriculum.
Oh, okay. Yes, textbook referendum curriculum for what?
The lessons.
Oh, okay. Yes, that was the big year, and that was because of Tina Owens. So if you want someone to really look up to, yeah, somehow she got everyone to vote that much. And my understanding is that the Senate elections followed that too. So maybe that was 14%. I don't know. I was just talking to her this break. So, but it's also been like 6 years, maybe more since she's been in school, so who knows? I might also be misremembering some things, but in any case, that's my report. Moving on. Yulong.
So, we don't have the administration and finance committee meeting this week. We are having a new member to replace Kodiak on the committee. And we are still working on to find out like a effective schedule for everyone. Currently, we are planning to set the meeting, Monday afternoon, like around 1:30. And that will be the finance committee and the ELT. Yeah, that's the end of my report.
Okay, any questions for Vivi Town?
Yes, I have a question. So I wanna attend the meeting, but can we do it like later than 1:30 or before?
We'll have time for scheduling.
Sure, I can check. You can move on.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay. That is good. Who's that? Oh, Annette, you got your numbers on? Or mic on, that's what I meant to say. Okay, moving on. Rules and Legislative Affairs Committee, VP Hushman.
Yeah, so first of all, I brought something from Federation.
Yeah.
It's like a cookies. With dates. I guess everybody gonna take one, except maybe Kai gonna take two. So
Wait, why am I taking two?
the
Because you're
president.
president.
Oh, I thought it was because I'm a hungry guy.
Oh.
You're the president, that's so.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm a hungry guy though, for the record.
you are, so.
Okay.
Think for the president.
I love that.
Oh.
Are you in football?
I'm not in school tomorrow. Oh, I am in school tomorrow.
Which time?
Tomorrow particularly, like all day, but I'm not free
There you
between
go.
10 and 11, and then I have to leave after 1.
It's a dates cookie.
I can, in the morning, yes.
Yes.
It's a dates cookie, so like inside this cookie, there's like a paste of dates. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll
So-
take this all the way till February, then I'm gonna get Valentine's.
I don't know, I have a lot if you want more. Anyway, we have the date scheduled for the elections. I think we're still discussing about, when the applications are due, whether it should be before the spring break or after the spring break. The hard deadlines are, the election announcements, right? I'm looking at you because you have that.
I'll have it's in the presentation too.
Oh, you
so,
sent the
yeah.
presentation?
Yeah, it's in the presentation. It's,
So this is so far what we were talking about. Me and Advisor Cole and Kai and with my executive meetings. I haven't had a meeting yet. I have to identify the timings. Hopefully we can all get to agree. But yeah, any questions? That's all. Oh yeah, Lando and Annette and Angel. I will leave the cookies in the office, so hopefully you guys get to have some. Annette, I wish you all the best health. Miss to see you here.
And she's still gonna be alive after this, like. No, she's
I
not
was
coming here
for
for
a
a
second,
No, I know.
I'm just saying,
No,
like-
she's not coming back for like maybe 3-4 weeks. She should be back by the end of February or March. I was just,
Hopefully they don't.
I think
I
I'll be
was
back
thinking that-
sooner
oh,
myself.
really?
I had a really
You
good
told
PT
me-
appointment today. Well, that's what they have you scheduled out for, but I don't want to
Okay.
jinx it. I'm just gonna say that I'm up to 98 degrees of being able to move my knee, and they were shocked, and I'm like, well, I'm stubborn.
That's good. I'm glad you didn't say, well, 98's not bad for internal temperature, so, okay. But that's good. No crazy there. Okay, well, wish you well on the road to recovery.
Yes.
Moving on, team development committee. Salute.
No.
No report, okay.
Wait, are we still meeting on next week?
Yeah, I want to change the time for the meeting.
We will
Can-
have time to
Yes.
schedule in the
Okay.
agenda, so don't worry about that. 'Cause
Okay.
we'll be able to all figure out like how it goes, so don't die on us.
Oh,
I don't have a napkin, but,
Yeah.
Is Edwin
okay, well, sorry. Oh,
Edwin?
I don't know where he is today, so we'll have to reach out to him. Moving on to public relations. Oh, you could present that now. You want to do it now?
Yes.
Okay, then I will change things around and pull that up. We can do that now. Give me a second to find the meeting. Well, hello, everyone. This is our VP Nevaeh Jackson Winters worked on something over break.
No, I worked on it like yesterday.
Sure, okay, it was yesterday.
Yes.
So they would like to share that with you, and I'm sharing my screen, and boom, here it is. So tell me when to
Okay.
change slides.
The quality is so bad.
Sorry.
So first I want to say that I know, it is like last semester, we didn't do the presentation for like the classrooms. And, I just made this presentation so that you all can like share, presentation for the class. Since it's gonna be required this semester, am I right?
Yes.
Okay. And then also, I want to add that we, me and Declan, we came up with, just like going to different clubs, like, identity-based clubs and presenting the slideshow. So you can kind of like go through it really quickly. Okay. Oh, what's going on?
Wow.
So this is the table of contents, what is Student Senate, our mission, accomplishments, benefits, joining, and the end. So what is Student Senate? Next, I already know.
Okay.
Our mission. Next. Our key accomplishments. I should add the ID, but, right now there's kind of like 3. And at the bottom, there's many more accomplishments to come. Next. And then the benefits of joining Student Senate.
Can we add actually something?
Yes.
Or let's talk about it at the end,
We
sorry.
can talk about it later.
Yeah, my bad.
And then network with new people, and that's just like everybody. And then that's like, thank you, this is the end. And then the QR code, you can scan it. So if you're like sitting over there, you can scan the QR code. And then if you're sitting over here, you can scan the QR code. And that's the end right now.
Mhm.
So if you have any feedback, please let me know, because feedback is very appreciated. We also had a public relations meeting this Tuesday, and Declan was able to join, and he gave some really good ideas, and I would like to like lend my voice to him so he can expand on it.
Oh, which ideas, would you like me to talk about in specific?
Anyone you see.
Oh, okay. Well, even today, I was thinking, following, a conversation that Jose and I had with someone who walked into the office talking about reusability of microscopy materials. I was thinking we really want the office to be a place where people can come and voice their concerns directly or their policy recommendations. But someone already, they're not always in the office. What would you think about putting maybe a whiteboard or something on the door of the Student Senate office? It might not come to anything, but I like the idea of having something where people can just put their thoughts down, maybe even just their name and like a form of contact. When people are coming into the office, then they see that. Maybe they're looking for something to do in their hours and it's right there in front of them as they walk in.
Were you there during the town hall?
I was not, no.
Okay. During town hall, we actually had like that huge whiteboard,
Mhm.
where people could write ideas down. Are we allowed to use that still, or was that just on rental?
The big whiteboard?
Yeah.
That was me borrowing it from Pang.
Hmm.
But we do have 2 that aren't as big, but still have the whiteboard that you could write on.
How big are those?
I think they're about, you have as much whiteboard space as like the size of this table, but make it like 3/4 the length. So it's about that long. So it's not like top to bottom. But you could also do other marketing on it, or if you wanted to have that, you could have like our GA flyer on there. If we have stuff coming up, then you could have the whiteboard piece be available for that.
Maybe we can bring it up to show people as an example, or like take a picture and send it to people and be like, this is. Yeah, we could do that. Yes, center of the room.
Something more private, like a Dropbox too.
It's true.
Yeah, this is an issue for me at Goodman, because I don't have anywhere to go in Goodman other than like the cafeteria or like.
You go to student life office.
What's that?
You can hang out in the student life office
Yeah. I don't even know where that is.
by the cafeteria.
Like that library?
No, I'll show you later.
Okay, yeah, see, I'm confused. Yeah, I would like to get that solved for Goodman too.
Oh, what about like putting in a box and be like, show your thought for students today, and we put like a, how do you call it, post it? Like,
Post it.
yes, next to the box with a pen. So you come, you write what you want, and you put your email address for you put it in the box. And when you came, just open the box and take it out.
Yeah, something like that.
I would call it like a request form.
Yes, yeah. The request form, your name, email, like your consent, put it in the box, and then check it like weekly, and then someone will reach out to the persons.
That's great. Yeah, people have not really responded well to private boxes. It sounds like a great idea. Historically, at this college, it doesn't seem to work. I do think public is better. Doesn't mean we can't have it, but people typically don't like boxes. I'm just letting you know. But Cole, do you have any comments?
Yeah, so we do have comment boxes in Senate office that you can use. The one thing I always caution when you have people writing on stuff out in public is sometimes people are bold and write some things. You're just like, what's going on? I don't know if y'all have seen the nice portraits that we have against the construction downstairs. And you can write whatever you want on one of them. And someone says Madison College, you know, it's like, I'm thankful for it or whatever, and it says Madison College is draining my bank account.
Oh,
Which is the stuff you don't want, right? So just things to be aware of. Another thing to look at with this, just to put it out there, because it is something that came in one of my emails, is expanding office hours so that we have folks present and we can actually mark those hours out as the student life office is looking to have those posted. But we'll still send the photo of the whiteboard so you can see it. But yeah, always be cautious when you allow people the creative freedom to write things, because
yeah.
I have seen every which way from a harmless thing to, I have seen some hardcore stuff written that you're just like, I can't believe people would write this. So just be advised.
So bringing it back around to some ideas we had for outreach, I'm looking at the notes right now. We also talked about maybe using the VizX monitors. Those are the monitors you see as you walk into the gateway going past the Welcome Center. And from what I saw, actually, it would be pretty tenable to put a decent amount of information, especially on assembly days or just prior to that, saying maybe some of the stuff we have coming up in the agenda. Even that was something we discussed. That, and then maybe flyers that have links to Google Forms or QR codes to social media, stuff like that. Just getting more engagement in current students for those, because it does seem like a lot of people that follow that Student Senate account on Instagram, they're former students or former members, and we really want to get those people who are here at MATC now, or Madison College, sorry.
Yeah, those all make sense. It's just another thing to do them. So we'll focus on it one task at a time. I think the first thing to do would be to write all of that down so that we know what it is we're going to do. So written down where?
Oh, I have it in Teams. They actually sent me an image of their notes.
Yes, I can send it to you.
Please. Yeah. Then we have something to work off of. And then we can share it out with people. So that's good. Thank you.
End of reports.
And reports went a little longer, but that is okay. Advisory report, anything that you want to mention that's.
Yeah, I won't go into super deep detail with some of them, but as I mentioned, the legislative seminar is coming up. We will talk about that, I'm assuming, here later on. One thing I'm going to tell you is that any and all of y'all are able to attend. In fact, general students are able to attend too. There is a registration fee. I believe it's about $170 per individual to attend. If you want to attend, hard commitment to me before the deadline stated in my email, because I do have to register everybody.
Except for me and Annette.
Correct.
You're free.
That is correct. One-on-one times. Everybody got the email about one-on-one times. Please get me those times by tomorrow. My schedule is starting to fill up as I'm starting to get some of them in. There will be a professional development session. Those are kicking off again. Our next one will be Wednesday, February 12th, I'm sorry. Details are on Wolfpack Connect under the Student Life page. We will have free food. So if you just want to come for free food, check it out. And then, yeah, we'll talk about elections here in a bit, but we're looking for everyone to participate. Yes.
So you have to pay to go to this event.
So Student Senate, for you all, I believe we have money set aside
Yes.
to pay for you all to attend. If a general student wants to attend, I'm assuming if we have the leeway, we could do that as well, am I
Yes.
correct?
That's great.
We will cover it, but it's a hard commitment because if it's like I commit and then for some reason, a non-viable reason, you're just like, I don't feel like attending anymore, you may be on the hook for that amount. Obviously, we're gonna work with you in case like something wild happens. Yes,
What if you can only go for like one day?
you still have to, it's still gonna be the flat 170, so I mean, before you commit, why don't you talk with myself or Kai just to talk about your participation because we do want to get our money. Yes.
And the date?
February 16 to 18, but
Kai, talk about it here.
there will be a whole presentation on all of that, so don't you worry.
And I believe that is it. Do y'all have any questions for me besides what we've discussed? All right, seeing none, I yield.
Okay, I'll throw it back to you. It's unfinished business, bill number 2, attendance policy update. Can you pull it up on the screen, please?
Yep.
While we talk about that, this is the same bill that we presented last time. I don't know if you remember, it's been a whole break. So the intention today is just to, again, to discuss the bill. While we theoretically could vote for it, we can do what we want, but I think it'd be a good idea for us to, just sit on this a little bit before we pass it. But I don't know if we wanted to read through it again or what do we want to do?
Yeah, how come you're so hesitant about it?
I just wanted to give, I had a meeting with WSG and I know that people have different ideas about things and they want time to think about things. And I feel like that changed my perspective on, I don't know, trying to get things done. So I've learned that people want to know what's in the things that they're passing. So yeah, do I want to pass this? Yes, but there might be something in there that maybe I didn't notice or that you wanted to add. So yeah, that's the only reason, I guess. Flashbacks of a meeting. Lando was there and Nat was there, so they're online. They can't communicate to you, but man, if you ever wanted to see me get like publicly, I don't know, torn apart, yeah, that would have been it. So yeah, WSG was not kind to me, but that's okay. The price of leadership. And to be fair, in some ways, I deserved it because I didn't have everything ready. Now I have things ready, but I just needed like an extra week to get things done. But sometimes people don't have something. That's okay. I'm alive and I've learned from it. So now I know you must really have things ready. Because sometimes, yeah. But in any case, here's the bill. Does someone want to read through it? Do we want to just read through it again, or Jose? I don't know if you want to, or yes.
Senate Crowder is raising her hand.
Sorry, I did not see that. Yes, and I.
So I'm not raising my hand to read through the bill. I basically read through the bill before the meeting, and the one concern I had on there was that it seems to be a catch-all with the hour before a meeting. And I know for a fact myself that I've had situations where they were within the hour and there was nothing I could do. So I don't know how that would be addressed. For example, a child having a temper tantrum when you're picking them up from school, or for whatever reason, because they wanted to do whatever. So, and I realize a number of people aren't students, but I do feel like there are student senators in the past and future that will be parents, and I'd like that to be kept in mind.
Okay. Maybe let's just read through it first before we have further discussion on it. Yeah, does someone want to read it? Hassan, would you be willing to? Or say, do you want to?
Oh, thank you.
Sure.
You're just gonna follow and tell the whole thing. Is that what's happening?
Well, I gave options, so and you were willing.
I could read if you don't want to, Jose, but I don't have the thingy.
Change that up.
Okay. Wait, can I just?
No, because it's on my screen. So that's why I was like, it's up here.
Oh, go up there.
You can, yeah, if you want to come up here and read this, come on. I
That'd be
have no problem with it.
nice.
Maybe like,
Thank you, Sylvia.
Yeah,
yeah, you could be like Vanna White.
Do I literally have to start all the way up top?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys are.
Okay, B number 002, attendance policy update. Resolved by the Student Senate of Madison Area Tech College, following articles proposed. Student Senate will amend the bylaws to update the attendance policy and more clearly define late arrivals. In the Senate of MATC, Thursday, December 5th, 2024, introduced by way of the Rules and Legislative Affairs Committee, co-sponsored by President Brito and Vice President Hassan Hashmi. A bill, formal motion, the bylaws will be amended to add a new section to update the attendance policy and more clearly define the definition of late arrivals for General Assembly and committee meetings under Article IV 4. Attendance in Article 16 committees. Section 1, primary reasoning, whereas 1, Article 4, Section 2, subsection E for the General Assembly states, if a Senate member cannot attend a General Assembly meeting, it's their responsibility to notify the Senate President and Advisor at least 1 hour in advance of the start of the meeting. 2, Article 4, Section 2, subsection F for the General Assembly states, if a Senate member cannot attend a Senate committee meeting, it's their responsibility to notify the committee chair at least 1 hour in advance of the start of the meeting. 3, while there is current policy outlining the procedure for late arrivals to committee and General Assembly meetings, there is no penalty for failing to notify the Senate President and Advisor or the committee chair when a Senate member cannot attend a meeting on time. 4, there is also no guideline for how to determine whether someone has arrived late to a meeting, whether they arrived 1 minute late, 5, 30, or attend only the last 5 minutes of a meeting. 5, for the reasoning listed above, we, the members of Student Senate, believe that the attendance policy should be updated to ensure that Senate members are operating at the highest level of organizational efficiency and holding themselves accountable to serve the student body. Section 2, additional information. Senate members include the president, officers, general senators, and regional senators. 2, the term officer is defined as an official member of the Senate Executive Council, specifically the offices of the president, vice, and of admin and finance, VP of Legislative Affairs, VP of Human Development, and VP of Public Relations. 3rd, the late, no notification, and left early, no notification label shall be used when a Senate member arrives late to a meeting or leaves early from a meeting but does not notify the proper authority. Finally, receiving 4 late no notification labels on the attendance record shall count as an unexcused absence and result in 1 additional point occurred for that Senate member. Section 3, bylaw revision. The bylaw shall be amended to read the following. Article 4, Section 2, modify subsection E, meeting absence. 1, if a Senate member cannot attend an official meeting of the General Assembly, it's their responsibility to notify the Senate President or Advisor at least 1 hour in advance of the start of the meeting. 2, if a Senate member cannot attend a Senate committee meeting, it's their responsibility to notify the committee chair at least 1 hour in advance of the start of the meeting. 3, in the event that a Senate member does not notify the proper authority for their late arrival or early departure, they will instead have a late no notification or left early no notification added to their attendance record. Do I have to read that remove part?
Sure, we're removing that section. We just combine, so the reasoning is that it's combined up with the thing above. So that's why I have that remove section in there.
Okay. Remove subsection F, any absence. Add subsection F, late arrivals. 1, late arrival.
It's being replaced with that.
After the roll call has
Like
finished.
that subsection F.
2, if a Senate member does not attend at least half the duration of the meeting, they will be automatically labeled as absent for that meeting. 3, if a Senate member arrives late to the meeting and does not participate, they may receive further penalties in either point accrual or otherwise up to the discretion of the Senate President and Vice President of Administration and Finance. Article 16, Section 4, add committee operations. Subsection A, call to order. 1, chairpersons must begin the meeting within 5 minutes of the scheduled time at the discretion of the chairperson. 2, should a chairperson not arrive by the scheduled start time, the next highest ranking committee member shall begin the meeting. Subsection B, reporting attendance. 1, committee chairperson shall report the attendance record for their committees to the Vice President of Administration and Finance. 2, this report shall be made before the scheduled General Assembly meeting that week. Conclusion, be it enacted by the Student Senate Madison College Assembly that bylaws will be amended to add a new section to update the attendance policy and more clearly define the definition of late arrival for General Assembly and committee meetings under Article 4.
Damn, you could be a realtor. One of those people being like, hey, I'll take 45, 46, oh, 5,000.
20
Exactly. You got the cadence for it. That or a moment. Yeah, what do we think? I know Senator Crowder already brought up some sort of clause for that. I will say that the bylaws already say 1 hour before, we just weren't like penalizing it. So I don't know. Anyone else have any other comments? Otherwise, I'll go back to Senator Crowder.
I would emphasize to Senator Crowder that holds a lot of weight.
Mhm.
That is very good reason, and you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
could be 20, 30 minutes before the meeting comes and your kid, has a medical emergency.
Yeah,
Any type of, emergency
Sure.
required parental, supervision.
okay. Senator Crowder, reading through the entire bill now, is there like a recommendation that you'd have to improve it that would account for that? Like unplanned emergencies or something like that?
I did think about that, and I came up with a couple different ones, and I don't know if you want this many, so I could drop them in chat, but one is like emergency situations, example, medical emergencies, accident, or personal crisis.
Annette, there's already an emergency clause. We're not changing it, that's why. But the
Right, I'm just
emergency
giving
clause-
you,
Yeah.
I count that as an emergency when there's a child thing, so I'm just throwing out some
Oh.
different things.
Okay.
We've also had issues with people having technical issues with their internet or their phone, service not cooperating with them when they're trying to get online, and so I didn't know if that was being taken into account. And then, and I also, of course, had pre-established policies that, just figuring out like what is an appropriate grace policy, a grace period, et cetera.
Okay, do you want to send those comments in?
I can.
Yeah, we can think about ways to improve it. There's a couple ways to go about this. One would be to wait to include those to pass it, or we could pass it now and then do a separate bill, but I think we can wait on it because I was never intending on passing it today. What do you think, Annette?
Sorry, I'm like a one-handed bandit here with my cat that doesn't want to leave my
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
So I would prefer to wait to pass, pass it after, we look at what type of revision that we want to put in there. Or if any, of course, I'm not gonna make any assumptions. Thank you.
No, we can include something. I just don't know what it would look like yet, just based off of hearing it versus thinking of language that would accommodate that. And there might be a different section to look at it for, so. But the goal, the goal of the thing, right? Just to make sure people go to meetings, right? So, yeah, you just want to make sure that people, there's like reasonable exceptions for people that need to get online versus other stuff, so. Yeah. So, sound good? Okay,
Sorry,
sounds
we're
great.
laughing at your cat, not you.
yeah,
Yeah, he's, very needy. This is, Simone, AKA Simon.
I just want you to, if you could please send that to me, not right this second, but,
Yeah.
or now during the meeting. Come on. So something to think about.
So you and Annette are worried specifically about like, our policy of like giving out warnings for being late? Is that kind of what we're focusing on?
There was really no penalty for coming late. I don't know. This kind of came about from last semester with certain people coming late and
Uh-huh.
not.
I recall.
So, yeah, that's really what this is for. But basically, Senator Crowder is just trying to make sure that we don't get so strict that we don't have any reasonable accommodations. There's the 5-minute like grace period that we have. And then, I don't know, Senator Crowder just wants to make sure like if people have technical difficulties, like reach out and see what you can do about it. Like you could join by your phone or something like that. So I don't know. I feel like there can be some language to just like have that, I don't know, just make sure that we're being reasonable, right?
Uh-huh.
That's kind of what I'm at least, or at least that's what I interpreted is that kind of it? Yeah, just basically be reasonable, use common sense about how to give people chances.
Yeah.
Definitely.
When it comes to technical issues, what do you think about the phrase best efforts to attend?
Something like that. I don't know. I think that, because, let's see, what do you mean? Expand on that.
Well, I think that if someone has an issue with their internet, and they're attempting to find some form of connection to the meeting via Teams, they get on their phone, stuff like that. I would consider that to be everything they can possibly do, within the context of, whatever they have at their disposal. I don't know. It just came to mind, the idea of saying like, oh, if they made their best efforts to attend, then it might be excused on appeal or something like that.
Yeah, I like the idea of on appeal because like basically what we'd want to do is check in with them and say like, hey, what happened? Like, oh, my internet's out. Like, look here, but I tried to go on my phone and then we talk to them afterwards and we fix it. And then maybe the next week we're like, okay, we're all set. Like, I'd be fine with that. But then I just wouldn't want someone to go like, oh, I tried. Well, now I'm gone. Like, I'm not gonna do anything. Like, I just wouldn't want that scenario to happen. So, but obviously we want to, give people a benefit of the doubt where we can, up to a limit. And I don't know, I just don't want to create a system where you could just every week say, oh, sorry, no technology, bye. But also like, you're gonna give me money, right? Like, I wouldn't want that, but yeah. Does that make sense? Okay. Anyone else? Well, we don't need to take any action because it's on the agenda. So I can just come to the next week because we didn't vote on it. But, or we could get an official table if we wanted to, if someone wanted to make that motion. Table, make their first motion.
I was gonna be opposite.
I'll second
If you
that.
want.
Just talking to the deck.
Sorry, you will entertain, you will make that motion. Someone can second that if they want.
Oh, sorry, I
I
thought
can't
someone
make, I can't
seconded
make
it.
the motion.
Yeah, I'll make a motion, to table this to the next meeting.
Please, Declan, so you're saying.
I don't know
you
who said
approve
second
of this
first.
Already?
Angel? Okay, Angel
Okay.
seconded it. Okay, motion made by Senator Crowder, second by Senator Avila. At this point, is there any further discussion about tabling this topic for the next week? Only discussion I want to mention is that we'll have some updates from Senator Crowder. Anyone else can email me or any, or Hassan Yashmi about that, and then we can make it work out. So.
Oh my God. What is happening? I thought you were gonna hit something.
No. You are in the path to be hit.
Oh,
but-
yeah.
That's all on camera, by the way. So that works for me. Okay. Okay, that's everything for bill number 2. Sorry. We can do a vote by majority. So this is one where, for the people in the room, parliamentary procedure, there's a couple ways to do a vote. You can do a vote by unanimous approval. If no one's opposed, you can just do it. But for bills and stuff like that, typically we do roll call, if we're passing it, but because we're not passing it, we're just tabling it. We can just choose to do majority if I generally see it. The chair chooses what way to do it unless it's necessary for roll call. Any one member could do a roll call vote. So definitely if you wanted to do a roll call vote, you could say vote by roll call. I'd say, okay, per parliamentary procedure, we'll do a vote by roll call. That's only if you wanted to. It only takes one person to do that, by the way.
I'm not gonna waste.
I just teaching moment. At this point, we'll do a vote by majority. All those in favor of tabling this bill until, just tabling it for now, just say aye. Raise your hand. It's a lot. Okay, any opposed? Hearing none, you're opposed?
On my way though.
Okay, sure. Any abstentions? Okay, hearing none, this motion carries. We will be tabling bill number 2 until the next meeting. New business, previewing the semester. I would like to charge my laptop and pull some stuff up for you all. So I'm gonna be moving back here, I think. So goodbye to the general table. I'll be pulling up a PowerPoint presentation for you all, like I love to have those. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Is it working?
Wow.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
How do I show it? Nope, that's recording. No. Is it recorded? That's fine. You all see it?
Yeah.
Okay. We are previewing the semester for spring 2025. Let's start with this, an overview. In this discussion, we'll talk about your plan budget, Senate elections, Wisconsin legislative seminar, regional town hall for Goodman South, some policy ideas from our good friend Senator Rafter, and then some constitutional changes, which I forgot to include those, but we'll just overview it at the end, so that works out. Anyways, this is an overview. This is our mission. We're just gonna read it out loud, or does someone else want to read it out loud? It's an interactive participation thing. Jackson Winters.
We, the Student Senate of Madison College, have pledged to respect the interests of all students, to promote student faculty understanding, to participate in community affairs that concern, involve, or affect our students. but above all, to encourage students to become involved in the educational and social activities of Madison College. We have pledged to voice and hear the needs and wants of all students at Madison College and to make sure all students have a voice in the government of Madison College.
Thank you, VP Jackson Winters. Next, our purpose. Who wants to read that? Okay, I'm gonna go for it.
Okay. Our purpose, represent the voice of all students at all Madison College campuses. Provide a liaison,
Liaison, I think.
liaison, okay, provide a liaison between college administration and the students. Encourage improvement of the college and its surroundings by the student body. Acquire and disseminate accurate information to the student body. To formulate service for students. To review and engage in the formulation process of policies that affect students. And to review, oversee, and approve the budget of the Student Activities Board.
Okay, move on. The first portion I wanted to talk about, so that's like what we're charged to do. And there's some big things we got going on this semester. This is the 3-year plan and budget. So for 3-year plan budget, it is required to secure funding every year. Every organization part of the SAB needs to make one in order to get funding. And that's true for us. That's true for executive leadership team, for volunteer center, for peer health educators, any other services that are student run. They will be doing that same thing. In that report, we need to include past accomplishments, which, you know, Nevaeh just put in a PowerPoint for us. We need to talk about current challenges, maybe a current challenge that we can't seem to get a full 20 people in our Senate. So we need to work on some of those things. Future plans. What do we want to accomplish this upcoming year? These are things that we will be voting on as a group because we're gonna have to do that in these upcoming weeks and talk about like how it is we're gonna put forth not only like what it is we want to do, but have a plan for how we're going to do it. Just outline some things because our previous Senate had a plan, but we weren't always the best at sticking to it. But we're doing a lot, I think, and we're getting some infrastructure stuff set. So those are things that we just want to think about. And there will be budget projections for next year. So increasing stuff like our compensation levels and anything needed. Maybe we want to have additional stuff for WSG so more students could theoretically come with us. So those are some things that we want to think about. Is it moving? Yes. So this is our current 3-year plan. We had campus sustainability operations, Goodman South and regional campus outreach and advocacy, and alumni relations. I would say, how do you all think we've done on those particular items of the 3-year plan? Well, definitely you're new, so you don't know, but anyone from last semester's Senate? Jose, you joined halfway through, so maybe you have a sense. I don't know.
Oh, you're asking what, sorry?
Yeah. What do you, how do you think we've done on those particular items?
Well, to be honest, the sustainability part, I'm not really sure if I can really comment on it. I'm not unaware of.
Yeah, that's just it.
What sustainability?
Hassan and then Cole.
Yeah, I think alumni relationship, we need to work on that. Haven't starting to work on that.
I know I missed the time when Brian Woodhouse came, so
Yeah,
we invite him. So
Well, I'm a little bit worried about that because then, oh gosh, what was he just left the.
Dr. Daniels. Jack
Yeah,
Daniels.
because we asked him about what do you think of alumni relations? And he's like, it's kind of pointless.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit worried about us pursuing that.
Mhm.
Because if he, he's a dean, he said himself it's kind of pointless. But I kind of just disagree because I feel like we could have them at least at the Wolfpack welcome. Like we all know what we want to do during our time here at school, but all of us are worried about when we leave.
Mhm.
And I feel like that would be nice to bring in. So I am just a little bit conflicted.
Yeah, I would like to say one, he's gone, so. Okay, he's allowed to have his own ideas, but he's
Yeah.
not here to implement them, so, okay. But, yeah, so we can do what we want within our short time frame. We just have to make sure that we're able to get everything done.
Yeah.
Because we can say one thing, but if we don't put action or teeth behind it, we won't get there.
Right,
So-
okay. So what do we call it? Me and Cole, we were talking
Yeah.
about it last semester about how I'm the one who needs to come up with the email, which I haven't even done yet, about reaching out to Brian Woodhouse about it. I haven't done that yet. So.
Okay.
Working on it.
Good
Yeah.
way to do it.
I'll
So
be
it'll
doing
be
that.
Cole and then, Jose and then Nevaeh. So Cole first. Yeah.
You just have 2 folks online who want to speak.
Oh,
So
sorry.
first,
I can't see when I'm in.
yeah, you're all good. So first, Senator Crowder and then Senator Dirks.
Sure.
So Senator Crowder, go ahead.
was just gonna say that, I feel like with our 3-year plan that we need to try and leverage, our shared governance committees. When I was at my shared governance meeting online, of course, with FPIC, they brought up that they were looking at having a green team, and that's something that they've been trying to get into place, but it hasn't actually, happened the way they wanted it to, because people fell off the bandwagon. And so I think if we are, when I told VP Tina that we were looking at that sustainability operation as well, along with waste management of food, she's like, "Ooh, that's really interesting to know." So I think we need to make sure that we keep our 3-year plan goals in mind and make sure that any committees that we are on or any shared governance, that we're also letting them know that we're interested in these items too.
Okay, yeah, the person who was mainly in charge of those sustainability stuff was Cody White. Now that his new role, he's less in charge of it, and they actually removed that sustainability position at school. It's just like, they're not gonna hire anyone for it. So Cody can do stuff in the budget office, but he doesn't have the time commitment really, the same way he did before. So, yeah. But I'll talk to him, I'm gonna see him on Friday, so I can talk to him about stuff. Yeah, Lena?
Yeah, so are we still talking about regional campus outreach at all?
Yes.
Because I did have a comment for that. So obviously we did attend the different campus fun days at all the regional campuses, which I thought was really great. I think that was a great start. Beyond that, not so sure how we did, given like other initiatives we did at those campuses. Obviously, I'm just speaking on behalf of my personal experiences with the Fort campus. I was only really there a handful of times, and it seemed like most students were busy with their classes or had other things going on, especially when I volunteered for the cybersecurity event they had there. So I wasn't really quite sure how the outreach was going. I didn't really get any immediate feedback on that from students. But personally, I think we definitely should try and advocate a little more. Like I may have mentioned before, maybe going to the Watertown campus and trying to get a new senator from there. Obviously, maybe just putting flyers there would be a good start, but then maybe having someone go to that campus one of these days and like talk about sort of what opportunities come with Senate and see if they're interested, like a little, maybe like a workshop type thing, but it'd be for recruiting, like just some way to kind of put Senate more out there up front so that, we could actively get more people involved at those campuses and make it, make them feel like their voices are actually being heard.
I will say that we will have time to think about this another time. This is just a big overview because we're gonna vote on like what it is we want to do, and then we're gonna think about ways to actually implement it. Because those sound like great ideas, but it's something we also could have done last semester. It's just it takes a person to really take lead and actually like execute on it. So congratulations to you, or thank you for being at that regional campus. But man, it's hard to get people there because we tried last year too. It is a challenge to get people to drive during the middle of the day, but doesn't mean we shouldn't try. It just means that we need to put extra effort. Someone needs to lead that. So we'll have time to think about how to do that though, for sure, for sure. So thank you for your ideas. Who's next? So say in the Nevada.
Yeah, I think alumni relations, I think I kind of heard it. I think it would be an awesome idea to have an alumni come to Wolfpack Welcome and give a speech.
We have someone that wants to come here. There's 2 people that I met with. One I already revealed, wants to come back and talk about her like achievements during Senate. So I need to figure out a time. So I was going to talk to Cole about that next week during our weekly one-on-one since we have that scheduled. Otherwise, there's another surprise person that would be really interesting to.
I think it's very achievable. It's
Yeah.
a treat to anyone that's doing orientation.
Yeah. You might even know this person.
No way.
Maybe.
Is it what I'm thinking?
Who knows?
Okay.
Who knows?
I also have one of my close friends' mom. They graduated
Oh, yeah.
last year, so it'd be cool if they could come in too, because I'm also indigenous, and they're also, more mature in age.
Okay, yeah, what was I gonna say? Lango's mom's also an alumni, so she theoretically has already helped us with the parking initiative, so already we're getting alumni help, so that's good. Nevaeh, you were up with.
Yeah, I don't know if this is like technically included in the 3-year plan, but, I was kind of just wondering what happened with the SAC petition.
Yep, I have that.
Okay.
That was part of the constitutional changes, so. Okay, moving on. What should be in our 3-year plan? So I want you to start thinking about that, because next meeting we'll have that, we'll talk about what it is we want to think about. So I think I saw VP Hashmi first and then Mr. Evan,
Hey,
so.
sorry,
Oh,
just going back real quick, I guess, to the alumni relations.
Yes.
I don't know exactly what that looks like for you, but I was wondering if we would, instead of getting somebody to come here and have a speech, I mean, that's actually a great idea too, but I don't know if you know of SWTC, Southwest Tech.
Yes.
And yeah, okay. So what they do for their alumni relations is they actually have,
association.
what's that?
They have an association, right?
Yes, I think they do, and they also have some of their alumni posted on their websites and where they are now. I only know this because my uncle actually went there, landed a really good job with the Pokemon Company International, and he's actually listed as an alumni member. And I think that can be really encouraging for students to see, you know, that you can get something as simple as an associate's degree or something like that, and really make it far. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
wanted to share that, I guess. So.
No, that's good. We have a very popular alumni, who, that would be nice to get him to come in, Usman Kabre. Like WTCS Student of the Year was recently elected. That he has a partnership with the college. He's doing a lot of things, helping students come from his native country, Burkina Faso. So yeah, I think it'd be really cool to have him. He's probably an example of a very big star alumni that went to Madison College first. So yeah, we have continued partnerships with him too.
What do you think of starting a website or or something where if you go on the regular website of MNTC, you could click on like alumni and have their stories listed? What do you think about something like that?
I think in theory, that sounds great. I'm not a website guy, but I know a few people on here who are website guys. So Elon knows some web design stuff. I know Lando does, and maybe that question mark. I know you made your own website, so.
Oh, you're talking about for
Website, yeah, website design.
DJ Magic?
Yeah.
Oh, sort of, a little bit.
Okay.
Mostly the UI.
Well, we can talk more about that later, but in theory, it does sound great. We just need to get these ideas written out on paper and connect them with the right people. So I think next meeting, I'll have to come up with a presentation on how do we get these ideas done, and also talk about what ideas we do want to get done. I do remember VP Hashmi.
Oh, I just wanted to like my voice.
Oh, perfect. This is our funding plan last year for Student Senate. We increased our student help. We actually increased general senators up by $50, vice presidents by 100. So now you have compensation rates at 750 and 1,000. I didn't touch the presidents at all. I think we funded 250 for inclusion belonging person too. So that's how much we got for travel. We wanted to be able to go to the NACA conference. Me and Ohio were able to travel there, so that was good for us. Food, we just upped it by 200 because of the rising costs of food. But this is what we're paying for. The memberships is actually for WSG. So yeah, but the travel fund is also for WSG as well. That's where our funding comes from that. So that's our travel, even though it's in Madison, but we are traveling to a conference. So it's more, I don't know, I guess conferences is wrapped into the travel account, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. So I don't know, maybe we can name it something different, or maybe we can't because I think that's what's in the budget system. So, but just understand that travel is also conferences. But yeah, that's one thing. We might also be changing our advertising fee to go down, so it'll save us some money in the end. Because we'll be talking to the Clarion about that stuff, but this is what we were approved for last year. So generally, we don't want to have more than a 10% increase. Last year, we actually, in actuality, we had a 7.64% increase. So that's something to think about with the SAB. And speaking of now, I can share, not said the trigger word, the SAB student compensation. You'll see here that this is where we are with the 2024-25 budget. For that, what we're projecting at the end of the year, we will have about $381,000 left over. It's recommended that we have a reserve of at least between 7 and 15%. Right now, we're hitting the upper limit of that. There's no penalty for going over, no penalty for going under. It's just some targets that we want to hit. Which means that we do have some room to increase our personal budget and to increase the compensation levels of other people out there. But I just wanted to show people this. We have some people in our Senate group, Lando and I and Cole are on that compensation review list, and then SAB will be deciding their budget. And the way it works is that SAB decides on the budget. They're going to send it to us for approval. They're going to send it to the president, which will be Dr. Casper for the meantime, and maybe forever, who knows? And then what else? And then it gets approved by the district board. So that's the pathway. But I just want to show people this stuff. That way it's in our official recordings. So that's good. PowerPoint. Back to presenting. Oh, did anyone have any questions about this? No? Okay, well, that's our 3-year plan and budget. We have to write an actual document. Currently, last year's 3-year plan was like, what, 17 pages? I don't know. Do you know that plan? I feel like you got an eye for detail. So did you read it? Or maybe you didn't. That's fine.
I did not count the pages.
You're not expected to read it either way, but yeah, just curious. Well, now moving on, Senate elections, key dates, like I promised Hassan. They're right here, which I literally just took from Cole. Senate position applications due Sunday, March 9th at 2025, 11:59 p.m. Opening day of student Senate elections, March 31st, 2025 at 8 a.m. Closing day of student Senate elections, April 4th, 2025. So a couple of things with this. Application due Sunday, March 9th. The reason why it's set there is because we have like a week to extend it all the way to the next Sunday, which would be March 16th. So if we need to, we don't have enough people, just giving us some space to open up the period much longer and say, you know what, we want to take on more applications. Let's extend it to the 16th potentially. So I think that'd be like the grace period that we'd want to give people if we need it. The other thing is that they have student Senate election. Our spring break is from March 16th to March 23rd. Is that correct?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So typically I talked to Ellie today. She said that the reason why it's set up like this is because the first week people come back spring break. Apparently there's a lot of lethargy and no one really, people are like slow to come back. I kind of thought it'd be the opposite because I personally was like ready to go, but maybe that's not everyone. Maybe I'm a unique outlier. So I don't know. That's why it's set up that way. We could change it, but after talking to Ellie, I'm of the opinion that I think this was the right date for that and that people should vote during that week period. We'll be done on Friday at 12 p.m. and then we'll announce the election results as things go on and we check in with people, we'll call them, make sure they can do it. It won't make it to the deadline of the Clarion. It'll make it in the May edition and that'll be right around the swearing in ceremony. And after talking to her, I realized, you know what, that actually makes a lot more sense logistically. So I'm a fan now of this plan. I don't think we need to change it, but I'm open to hearing opinions. What do people think? Yes, Cole.
Just two quick pieces of information to go along. Kai's 100% correct. That week that we return from spring break as of now is the campaigning week. So
yes,
for anybody that has submitted an application and is good to go, they can begin campaigning, in which Senate does provide them one piece of campaign material that they can utilize. More information to come on that later on. And then, as stuff kind of comes on in, the one thing that we will most likely make known for sure, and I'm saying this because I also found this out today, is that we will confirm the president, the next president of Student Senate, literally at 12:05 p.m. On that Friday. So
we have to call them, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
I was told that I have to let Dr. Casper know before the end of the day. I found that out. But we will make that information will be known at that time. So just make y'all aware. And then as we begin to identify other folks who are voted in and go through the process of vetting and ensuring that you want to take the role, give the grace period, we will make all that known to you all probably first because you'll see the information we're working on, then it'll go to the broader public as soon as it's all confirmed.
So, for us that are currently on Senate,
Yep.
we have to also apply?
Yes,
Okay,
everybody does.
okay, got it. Cause then, are these like new dates? Cause I remember last year, I got like the emails in like April, and then I remember being like my first meeting towards the end of school in May.
So your first meeting will be so the first meeting for all new individuals who are voted in for the next upcoming Senate is May 1st. That is the meeting before the swearing in. So that's typically the one that folks send, and then the like official meeting where they'll take over is May 8th, and that is our swearing in ceremony.
Okay, so if the applications are due by Sunday, March 9th.
Yep.
We'll have how long to put in our applications?
About 3 weeks.
3 weeks, okay.
They will open up on Friday, March 14th.
You mean, February?
February, sorry.
Yeah.
February, thank you for that. February 14th. My plan is to get all that up and running by 8 a.m. that day, just so that it can be open as long as.
Oh my God, new ad idea. Show your love for democracy. Apply for student senate.
There you go.
Boom.
So then we have
Oh,
a
wait, sorry.
campaign?
You will then, yes, so my understanding of the process, Kai, you can correct me if I'm
Yes.
wrong. Everybody who is running for whatever position it is, whether it's senator, VP, or president, has the campaign. On the ballot itself, anybody who's currently a part of Senate or formerly a part of Senate, is it formally as well? Do you know?
No, it's currently.
Currently, is denoted. There is a special denotation next to anybody who is currently a part of Senate that is rerunning for a position.
So we don't have to campaign? Or,
I still would say you should to get your
Yeah.
name out there for folks to vote for you.
okay,
But yes, technically, if there will be a separation of if someone's running and they're brand new, they will not be noted as someone who's currently a part of the student senate. If
okay,
that answers your question.
yes.
Okay. Okay, Hassan.
What's the note it means?
There's a little, I'm gonna put a little star next to it. We'll
Yeah,
talk
school
about it.
star, and it says incumbent.
Yep.
They do that for elections and stuff like that. So it'll just say that, oh, they're currently part of it. That's all it means. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so you were saying new ad idea.
Yeah.
Show your love for democracy, right?
Yeah.
I was struck by an idea just a minute or so
Go
ago.
for it.
Uncle Sam parody. Student Senate wants you.
We've done that.
You have done that in the past.
Yeah, it's on Valentine's Day. That's why I was like, oh, like, I think the ad needs to be ready by February 5th, right?
Ah, okay.
For the Clarion,
For the Clarion,
but we
yeah.
can have as many things as possible.
We can make another ad, yeah. We
Yes.
mean, Nevaeh, you will have, oversight over the ad. So if you're on that committee, then maybe the two of you can work on what you want the February ad to look like. I think Cole has a lot of it set up, but if you make something else that's a good design, like I'm sure Cole would be very open to having that, so.
Well, if it's Valentine's Day, maybe it's like a Valentine's themed Uncle Sam.
It could be, there's a lot of ways to go about it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, we have channels for that, so whatever you and Nevaeh and whoever else is on PR teams willing to work with, I'm down for it, so. That'll be good. So these are the dates. That's what, VP Hashmi, his team will be working on. This is, by the way, this, funding plan, 3-year budget plans, VP Tao and his group will be working on that. Moving on to the legislative seminar, that's also kind of, me, because I'm the WSG president. So that'll be me and Annette leading that, because she's the, financier for the group. It is happening from February 16 to 18. Sunday to Tuesday is scheduled events. I have a meeting agenda I'll share. I have a position paper with W. She says budget request, and there'll be legislative visits. We are going to meet with legislators at the Wisconsin State Capitol. I've already had the opportunity to meet with quite a few of them last week, Thursday. Met with the leading Republican chair of the Joint Finance Committee. So, he's open to the idea of funding technical colleges. Senator Howard Markline, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, he was open to technical colleges. He's like, yeah, I like you guys, but your UW partners, blah, blah. So, doesn't really like UW system right now, but that's okay, because we're not them. So, we might get our funding requests and they might not, but that's okay. There'll be a fight in the legislature, so I don't know. There's all that. Let me show you what we have planned. So here is the agenda. So it's from Sunday, February 16th, so save the date. Registration, we're gonna have like a little mini meeting for WSG. We're just gonna say hello, maybe talk about some bylaw, like do an overview, what's going on, maybe just introduce the bylaws and hopefully quickly pass them. But it never seems to happen that way, but we'll see how that goes. And then next day, I do a welcome. We're gonna have speakers, presenters. Recently confirmed is the Department of Workforce Development Secretary, Amy Pachakek is coming. There's a few people in the works. I did ask the governor. We don't know if he's gonna come or not, but the ask is in there. His team is currently reviewing it, so we will see. We may get the governor to come, but that's a very big maybe. And we have a keynote speaker set. So we did an advertisement for it, so that was cool. And then one of the alumni, actually, Clarendon alumni reached out and said they want to do a big interview with that. So I think it'd be really cool. We do have lunch. There's an advisory meeting. We're getting updates from WCCS, all that good stuff. Position paper review. I'll show you the position paper. A lobby game. We're going to be talking about how to lobby to legislators. It's a good opportunity to learn. Networking opportunity. Just say hello, talk to people from other schools. And then we're going to have a dinner, an awards dinner that is included in the price for it. It's pretty fancy. It's nice. And there'll be photos afterwards. Then afterwards, then you just hang out with yourself and your friends that you made. Next day will be breakfast, then meet with the legislators. We'll be talking more next meeting about which legislators we're going to schedule, and then that kind of stuff. So we're just going to reach out to them and say, hey, this is how we have the meeting. So I'll come up with an email template. We're going to talk about who it is we want to actually meet with. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Here's our position paper. We're advocating for supporting basic student needs and keeping college affordable, and expanding Wisconsin grants and open educational resources. Basically, the WTCS is asking for $45 million in general aid, and it supports issues like affordable childcare options, food insecurity and campus pantries, mental health support and resources, and broadband internet accessibility. Additionally, with Wisconsin grants, that's how you can get your school funded. If Pell Grant doesn't cover everything, you get part Pell Grant and you get part Wisconsin grants. So that allows you to have some extra money while you're in school to be able to pay for things and support yourself with it. And you'll see here that people who qualify with Wisconsin grants in the technical college system are not getting the money they need. We only have 23 million versus UW has about 62. What did I write down there? Yeah. And while UW system has a lot of students in it and more than us, we have more people who have financial need. So our students are not getting support they need, even though it's like clearly defined that they're in the income guidelines to receive it. So yeah, we're having students on a wait list. 3,000 students did not receive Wisconsin grants. And even with that $5 million, we still need to get every single one. I don't know how many were left over, but not all of the people on the wait list were able to get that funding. And open educational resources. So, you know, we were talking about the price of textbooks. Some people are talking about other equipment like art supplies and or microscopes. And those are some things that maybe could get covered by open educational resources. So just things to think about. Moving back to our presentation, we want to elect a governor to represent Madison College. The commitment would be the legislative seminar coming February 16 to 18 and the April meeting. Here's the meeting schedule. The meeting will be, so those times, Friday, April 25th, after tax day, I want to say. So I will be free to be there. So that's good. I'm glad I have like a little leisure time to stay committed to the things I really care about. But if you want to be part of this and run to be the governor and or lieutenant governor, reach out to me, reach out to Cole, and we'll be able to figure that out. I know a couple of people that are interested, people that are on our position paper team that could maybe do this are Orlando and Declan. Maybe anyone else is free to do it though too. So, you know, think about if you want to be the governor. It will come with an extra $50. So that's what we got for you, $50 for your time. And you get to meet with legislators and do a lot of cool things. So something to think about. Yeah, okay. In any case, that's what we got going on there. Regional campus town hall, Goodman South campus. We have to do one town hall event at a regional campus per year. We are doing Goodman South. That's been decided last semester. That's part of our regional campus outreach. VP Salifu will be in charge. I don't know if you have any ideas for how to do it yet, but that's like the thing that, you know, each one of our officers are going to be doing. Yes.
I have an idea. I was just thinking about like, since we have a lot of t-shirts, we're probably making like come share it out like on the whiteboard like we did for this town hall, and then do like play the game. You can win some prizes, so they can win the t-shirt for free. Maybe you can give like some bags or like some pens, something like this.
You can get a t-shirt gun and shoot people with it.
Yeah, so that can attract them and motivate them to buy something.
And it'd be good target practice. So,
Yeah.
just kidding. We're not doing that. So it's a running joke that every year I ask for a t-shirt gun in the Senate budget. So we'll do that again this year, maybe.
No.
Or not. Who knows? Maybe it's up to Elon if he wants to, you know, let my silliness take over. In any case, Senate classroom presentations, we already did that. So Nevaeh, we thank you for taking the time to do that. Please provide feedback to Nevaeh for that when you have time. Okay, now, at this moment, let's turn it over to our newest senator, Declan Raptor.
Yes,
Up there.
okay, so I'm talking about.
Yeah, get up there.
Bill 3 and then 9 and 10.
Well, there's another page too, so,
Oh, yeah, okay.
oh, let me share the full screen.
Yeah, well, the extension of fitness center hours is kind of just like a kind of an aside, really.
That's fine.
This is the one that I really want to push through because that was one of the big reasons I was voted onto the Senate to begin with. Is that criteria for consideration of disabilities in the context of student misconduct disciplinary hearings. That's kind of wordy. And it's based on a personal experience that I have with the client, wherein they had an altercation with another student that resulted in a suspension, and then the ameliorative action or the remedial action that was required on them was just really demanding on their time. It's something that they couldn't figure out. And as a result, they never came back to Madison College. And I want to solve that. And it starts in those disciplinary hearings. So I'm going to be looking into that a little bit more and seeing what inroads I can make to create that criteria. I'm thinking it's going to be more of an awareness thing, so that going into that, they know that maybe a student has a disability and how to approach that, so that they're not treating that student like any other student. Safety measures on Anderson Street. I'm kind of going from the bottom up here, but I was talking to someone in the career services department, and they mentioned that they really didn't know if there was going to be a crossing guard or like a flag system going on. I know Anderson Street is pretty busy. People are going to be crossing that during the remodeling to go to advising appointments, all kinds of stuff. And especially if someone was physically disabled or if they had to use a walker or something. I mean, it's the winter, there's going to be ice.
Sorry, can I add up to the
Yeah.
Anderson? I actually was not crossing, but going by yesterday, and there's snow, and it's like right nowadays you have to go for an advisor over there, and they have to like make sure that the snow is really removed because a lot of people are going to be crossing in upcoming days. So
it sounds like a resolution recommending either a measure like the installation of a crossing guard or just, pushing, saying, hey, we need to make sure this is a safe environment. Yeah.
I would also like to add, like today I walked there today, and it was my first time like really walking over there because I just wanted to see
yeah,
how the space was, and like I don't know, but like a lot of cars like they go super fast. Like they don't stop until like I kind of wanted to see if they were gonna run me over. So they were going
Okay.
super fast.
We,
and
I don't recommend this, no death wishes here, we're not.
I stepped in the road and like they almost hit me.
Okay, let's not do that again. Like, part of it's personal safety. I know you're trying to emphasize how we want to do that, but please don't do that for yourself. Yes, Jose.
Yeah, I was just speaking how fast they go. Maybe we can reach out to, the city of Madison and see if there's anything that they can do by making the speedometer there to let people know how fast they're going.
They
Yeah.
already have the, what's it called, like that,
the lights.
the lights, yeah.
Yeah, but he has a,
Maybe we can tell them like something's changed or we're having a
Yeah.
lot more traffic going on and, maybe is there anything more that you can do? Because this is a concern that we're having.
Yeah, we can ask that. I just know that construction will be, I don't think that will happen in the next semester because I think it's done by the time fall comes around. But I just think about different ideas that we could do because I'm not sure that one's feasible, but we'll think about it. And then Cole, go for it.
Annette has.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't see the.
Annette, you're up.
Get out of there.
So I recall for one of our meetings last semester towards the end that we were having this discussion as well. And I do recall them emphasizing that there are going to be various options that are available to students, and maybe those options aren't being publicized well enough, where the advisor is able to come over to Truex to meet with them instead of us crossing the street. I don't know if anyone else remembers anything like that, but I distinctly remember at one of our last couple meetings or whenever we were talking about this, that was brought up. And so my point is maybe we need to talk to them about publicizing that information more, making sure that students are aware that they don't have to necessarily go there, that people can come over to Truex to meet with them.
You've got some ideas. We'll talk about it next meeting and maybe we can get some preliminary language. So Declan, I know I gotta talk to you about getting that set. So I'd like to see that in the next meeting, if we can get that done. That'll be the
Absolutely.
Priority one. Yeah, and I know you want to work on your other priority, so I'll spend some extra time to chat with you about that. So.
Sounds good. And then,
Um,
yeah, should I talk just really
Yeah,
quickly
briefly.
about that, preclusion and dilatory tactics, or do you want me to kind of?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Gloss over that
I
for
didn't know
now.
you. Yeah.
No, this is kind of an internal thing, just talking about, how, actually, I have written down Article 14, Section 2, Clause 5 states that the chair can do this. They can limit debate on a topic overall and also individual speaking time, but the assembly can't. And I was thinking about structuring a motion really similar to the US Senate's cloture policy, where essentially you could, or any member of the assembly could make a motion and have a second, maybe a majority vote saying, I want to limit time on this topic, or I want to limit an individual speaker's time on the topic. And then the point of it would not be calling the question initially, but just to move the discussion along a little bit more efficiently. And I'll detail that further because I know that does seem kind of like a crazy thing to do. I'm doing it in light of a specific assembly that I sat in on where things ran over.
It was the Senate removal that was what it was for. So, yeah. Okay, moving on.
Oh, I don't believe these are mine. Oh, except for this one, yeah. Oh, wait, no.
They're
Yeah,
both yours.
I emailed you. You included
Yep.
that. That's crazy.
You
Okay.
did. I got it ready for you.
I didn't know. Okay, yeah. So extension of evening fitness center hours. That was mentioned in the town hall. And then I did actually, at the end of last semester, go into the fitness center and talk to some of the employees. They seemed a little receptive. They required some convincing because they would be the ones who had to stay later. And also I do have a little bit of a conflict of interest, a bias in that I would like to use the fitness center a little bit later and my obligations usually run a little bit later. They're already closed.
How late?
That is the question. I was thinking 9:30 PM to 10 PM. That's pretty late.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I stay with Natalie.
I don't go to the gym here, so what are the hours now?
I believe it's 8 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Yep. That's correct.
Why you just don't stay like until like 8 or 9 PM and 10 PM? Because I think a lot of students, I mean, just a couple won't have like late classes actually. And with that weather outside, I think it's not really safe right now to drive like, I mean, during summer it's fine because it'll be like good outside, but during like this time it's too dark outside. So I think like 10 PM is pretty late. Maybe 8 or 9 PM would be like good, like 1 or 2 hours. I mean, just a suggestion.
Yeah.
No, I very much agree with you. I was thinking along the lines of pushing for 10 and then getting the summer free.
Yeah, we could also ask, but also that means that they will have to show up there. We have to find workers that are willing to stay there that late.
Are
So
there-
that's-
There's that, and then what about like the whole money part of?
Yep, it is extra money.
So that's why
Yeah, that's
that bit about an initial survey, we really need to justify any kind of appropriations.
Yeah,
So that is a component of that. And then it was T who came in and talked to Jose and I, or sorry, Senator Villarreal and I in the office yesterday about the returnability of STEM center microscopes. And let's see here, you're right. Instead, classes charge the full amount to students who are checking them out, and then they keep them regardless of their continued personal utility. They're kind of being wasted. Those materials could be used. for
Could be
another-
reused, so like a buyback program would be interesting. So
Yeah.
it's funny that T is the one that came up to you for that, because they talked about doing that with art supplies last year. So this is a continuation of T's influence on the student senate. So there's an alumni that you can rely on, so good reminder that I gotta talk to T. But in any case, that's what we got going on there, so thank you, and this is from Naka, so I didn't delete that, but thank you, everyone, that's the end of this presentation. So I'm glad I got to put your ideas in there. The last thing that we need to do, I think, I'd like a motion to table the Senate leadership retreat portion of this so that we can end on time, hopefully today. Can I get a motion for that? Motion by Senator Villarreal, second by Senator Bissonnette. Perfect. Voting unanimous approval. It just takes one to go against it if you want to stay longer or do anything else differently. But if that's not the case, is there any discussion about that motion? Seeing none, voting unanimous approval. Speak. Oh, what do you have, Lando, for us?
think he's put it in the chat. I asked him to put it in the chat.
Sure. Okay. Voting municipal approval. If no one opposes, this motion passes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Motion passes. We'll table the Senate leadership recap until the next time. Scheduling committee times. Okay, so this is how I think we're gonna do this. So there's some new people here, but for people here, the requirements are that everyone's part of one standing committee and then one additional committee. Could be standing, it could be the parking one. But I kind of want everyone to meet with one of the 4 people. If you could just all 4 of you raise your hands. Nevaeh, raise your hand. So yeah, Hassan, raise your hand. Elon, Nohai, you all know them.
Oh, I thought you were the new people talking.
No. I want everyone to understand that. So anyone here, I want you to talk to them for your main committee, and new people, if you're interested in any of these. This is finance, this is team development, this is public relations, and this is legislative affairs and rules. So if you're interested in that stuff, if the new people want to come talk to them and their committee meeting times, they can learn about that stuff. For new people here, what one are you, maybe just the 3 of you can talk about what you're interested in, like what would you be interested in coming back to?
I do like the legislative affairs.
Okay, you'll be talking to Hassan and then. Sylvia? Okay, perfect. Declan, I think you're already going somewhere, but
Yeah,
What do you think?
I've attended a PR meeting and I'd very much like.
you've been convinced.
Yes,
Charmed.
I'm convinced.
Perfect.
Very much so.
Okay, perfect. Quinn and Evan, I don't know, is there anything that you'd be more interested in, like, talking to people about, or?
I don't know. I'm interested to hear what these legislative.
Legislative, okay. Come over to Hassan.
Actually,
Evan?
very much the same legislative.
Wow, you're popular today, so I guess you're gonna have to talk to everyone here. Jose will help you out, so. Yeah.
You got me.
Okay, maybe you can talk to Nohaya about the time. Actually, you work with Nohaya, and then Sylvia will come over there. And then why don't you talk to Declan about the time that you want? We'll have to reach out to the Brunners separately. People online, I guess.
Yeah, we can talk with Alex.
Yeah, let's have Lando talk about his availability with them too, and then Angel.
Okay, Annette, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
sticking with you.
let's chat together with him.
Yeah. Okay.
Chat.
Oh, you want to talk with me?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Did you want to come over?
So,
Friday.
I'm available morning. Around 3 p.m.
Why don't you?
Like, are we talking?
Yeah. I can do 3 p.m.
I like the cigars.
You're part of finance, correct?
So basically, the legislative affairs,
Okay.
Yeah,
meeting minutes,
why don't you,
for 1 hour.
When COVID.
Shoot a message.
I got 2 questions.
He's not available from 1:30 to 3:30, right? 11 to 3:30, he's typically not free on Friday. Do you want to do earlier
We're
or?
also gonna be talking more about the elections. Tuesday,
Probably would just join you.
So for Friday, I am
with you because Lando will have.
I think they actually just changed it.
Okay, so I think I can do Monday after 4:30, like after your class.
Ceramic students. However, I can step away. I'll be up at the desk. I'll be taking.
4:30 p.m.
And then I might have to address the concerns of students during that time, but I'm out.
We have like a new guy, a new girl on our club funding.
Yeah.
I know you told me.
No, it can't be on.
Kale,
Okay.
I think she has a nice.
We just need to select 1 hour.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why, like,
Oh,
the first one
that's-
is
yeah.
once
When?
so right now, Kel is doing research.
Yeah, okay, let me pull up the.
Why doesn't you like come up have like schedule?
Well, these kids, that's the hardest part.
Okay, you're not available. Can we do 11:30 to 12:30?
I mean, I don't want to see all that. This is very good.
It will work for me because we're right after.
And like, let's say later
I
this
don't know.
semester, there's class.
The thing is, I don't know, like, for that, for Kale, I don't know.
So I would say ask them and we'll see what they're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I'll.
Yeah. Supervising the open.
No.
I'm taking time during the period. Loading the calendar, so I can always.
Because every night, like right now, if I do this beginning on Tuesday, my Tuesday night
So,
before.
okay.
Am I
So,
using that cloth?
just I'll check
Okay,
so
because
just to make
so
sure
there's
there's
another
but
meeting
I'm 99.
on like 5:30.
Right?
So what are
Just-
you?
I know that we probably work in the morning.
Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yeah.
Thursday, and Friday.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk to you two here. Oh, can I turn the audio off? Just temporarily? Perfect, yeah. Yes, that's true.
They will.
Yeah, so Lando, when you wrote in the chat,
Then why would you?
what about Monday 4 to 5? So Monday 4 to 5 would work? Let me talk to Elon right now.
Supposed to. Just eliminated yourself, your turn, and about 1,500 others.
What about 4 to, what if you met from 4 to 5 and then you'd be 30 minutes late?
Rodriguez, please. The only thing that can save you and your family is to tell me the truth.
I could make that work on Monday,
You again?
but that,
Did you
I'd rather you plan.
Don't you understand? You can't have us. God, Dave, have you done enough harm? Sorry for what's that. Truly.
Yeah, you can just talk here, talk into my phone, I guess.
Hello, Annette.
Hey,
I was wondering, do you want to do the team development meeting on Monday?
I
No.
could, hang on a second, let me go back to Mondays. Okay, so I think.
No.
What?
On Tuesday.
On Tuesdays, okay, on Tuesdays from, that's the time that Sylvia mentioned, the 3.
It's counsel for the defense. Strictly trying the patient's.
I think I could make that work, but you guys would have to understand that I'm gonna be traveling in a car to pick up a kid from school.
That's okay.
Okay,
Don't
so as long as
worry.
you guys are good with that, then I don't see a problem with me making that time.
Is that working for you?
Yeah, and what I'll try and do is I'll try and just get there ahead of time so that, it's not much of an inconvenience of going in and out. But yeah, I can make that work.
Okay, all right. It was so easy to figure out. But now, I don't know if I'm in Ibrima. Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah, we gotta check with them too.
Yeah, it's very surprising. I thought you was going to be here.
And when is our first meeting that we're trying to have? Is that gonna be next week? Okay,
Yes, but I need to reach out to Ibrima and Stacy
okay,
to see if like the schedule, they have the same schedule.
okay.
So I think I will do that tomorrow. And then I will give.
See if the defendant have gone to Russia.
Yeah.
And
To see if she was in the mix.
Figure out.
She could have been in any house.
And are we still doing a half an hour or are we moving to an hour?
No, half an hour.
I think half an hour is
I know.
great. We get straight down to business.
Yes. Because I think 1 hour is too long and sometimes like boring.
Like I said, I wish I had been this wise last year when I was TD because I just went with what everyone told me.
Yeah. But loving that half an hour meeting. It's short, it's nice. You have your time to do something else.
Yep.
Technically, I'm done.
So I'm gonna block it on my schedule now.
Mr. Rodriguez told me what you've been through.
Tuesdays, but
Everything in my power to see if you've never.
And once we know for sure, let me know.
Wednesday, 3:33. Thursday, I have a full.
Are we gonna talk about Monday? People say they're gone. Yeah.
What about Friday?
Like Sylvia.
I mean, I can.
I know if you're like, if you have work, then.
When do you work?
Yeah.
It was not a great deal to me. But in almost 2 years, it was enough for me to buy my brother's way for me. It cost a great deal of money to smuggle from another person.
It's good to know it. If we're going to get into increases there, I'd like to ask my associate to remove Mr. Identity.
Are you ready? I'm about to call back.
Yeah, done. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you, Annette.
No
problem.
Moment.
Hi. Hi.
Oh, I forgot.
Thank you very much.
Okay, don't make me. I'm about to bang.
Okay. It's gonna be later on Tuesday than later.
I got people's attention. Okay, let's log off of this. Hello, welcome back. What we're gonna do is a summary of everything that we just did. So each of our 4 vice presidents are gonna talk about their committees, and they're gonna do it. We'll start with VP Tao. Were you listening?
Oh, what's going on?
Well, okay, we are going to do a presentation about, like, talk about how far you got with your committee meeting time and when you get to be. It doesn't need to be set yet. We're gonna send emails out to everyone and figure out their schedule. So say what you got for me.
So right now, we are thinking about the time period from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. It works for me, works for Nohaya, and it works for Lando.
Yep.
The thing is, we have a new member in ELT, and I need to work out whether this time will work for her. That's the only
Okay.
uncertainty I have.
We will talk to that student, so we'll have to reach out to Sean Green, ELT club member, and then set that time. Yes.
11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Monday.
Yeah, let's write that down in chat if you could do that.
That's what I do it. So Monday is
Perfect.
correct?
Yeah.
That's what we're thinking about, not perfectly set yet. Was that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
ready to go.
Okay, perfect. Okay, moving on down the line, VP Hashmi, what do you got?
Yeah, so my committee's looking, it's not exact right now. It's either Tuesday or Thursday, right? What time though, guys?
We're still gonna discuss. that.
Yeah,
That's
the
fine.
Do
time.
you have a general idea, morning, night? Obviously not during this, but.
No, well, Son and I have classes, so preferably after our classes and, you know.
Sorry, it's gonna be Tuesday because like on Thursdays we have the GN and I don't know.
Yep, yep. Tuesday.
Tuesdays at like 2 or 3, something random like that. Okay, just generally. Seems to generally work.
Yeah.
Sure. Tuesdays at 2 as a preliminary time. Let's just say that. Why get-
Maybe,
Sorry?
can we do it 2:30?
Sure, 2:30 if that works.
Yeah,
for you.
sure. Let's
Sure.
do that for next week and then if we have any
Yeah,
We'll
conflict.
see. And this one, we're not having meetings until beginning February 3rd, so we have some time to set this out.
Oh.
But want to put something on there. Next up, team development.
We have a meeting on Tuesday at 3 p.m. That'll be half an hour. But I need to check with Abrima and Stacy.
Tuesday at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay, another Tuesday at 3 p.m. Tuesday at 2:30, Tuesday at 3 p.m. So.
Yeah, just half an hour.
Okay.
I will check with Abrima and Stacy tomorrow and then I will confirm a call.
Okay, perfect. PR. Yeah.
Declan and I and other members still in the works. We're gonna meet Friday, 12 to 1, and we're going to utilize the student senate office, so we'll be in there in person.
Okay. And Cole, does that work for you sometimes, maybe?
Like I said, for most of these, I'll try to be at as many of these.
Yep, when you can, you're obviously not required to be at all of them. Yep. The last thing is that someone who, so this is one of your committee assignments, everyone has to be part of 2. The second one is either figuring out if you can come to any one of those, or maybe some of you are in shared governance councils like Annette and Sylvia, and Nohaya now too, and Yilong, actually, wow, quite a few of us are, so that's cool. Some people are not yet, I don't know if you're able to make that, I think you're not able to make that, but that's okay. The other thing is that we want to create our parking committee, so who wants to lead up that? You want to lead that? Declan, I think you're interested, right? I
Oh,
know-
yes.
Yeah, I know Lando and maybe Yilong, we're also, Yilong, you're doing a lot, I don't know if you want to do it, that's optional for you.
You're talking about the PBI.
Yes.
Isn't like I saw that my main part is make a committee and like rewriting the code.
Okay, so maybe, yeah, maybe you don't need a set committee time, maybe you like, it's like a work group that meets as needed. Maybe you can work online and then do some check-ins another time, but I'd like you to identify a meeting time for at least, maybe once a month at the very least, if not more. So maybe the four of you should link up. Anyone else that might be interested. So I'll send that out and you guys could work on another time where you'd want to create that. But that'll be your second committee for you. Really only limit your time because you and Lando already have your commitments kind of set for that. So I think that's where all your times are going to be set, and that'll be your second committee. Who doesn't have a second committee? You don't. What are you interested in doing?
I don't know.
Who do you like working with so far?
Oh.
Sorry, I don't want to make you play favorites. What issue do you most like? That's better.
What are the options?
You could work with Asana Legislative Affairs. You could work with team development. You can learn about budgets with finance. You could do parking. Or we could assign you to, what are you doing Thursdays from 10:30 to 11:30?
Class?
Well, you can't do textbooks. So yeah, but we'd like you to check
Wait.
one other one.
It's
you-
Thursday, right?
Thursdays from 10:30 to 11:30.
I can tell you what that.
Okay.
I don't have class that time.
Yeah.
Perfect. How do you feel about
I don't
textbooks?
know what FDIC.
No, I don't want
It's
to
a
do
sure.
that.
Well, you have to choose something, so.
Sure, go.
I would love to like work with the team development, but I don't know what time. that
3
is.
p.m.
Tuesday.
potentially. Does that work for you? If not, we are going to assign you to something. So,
Okay, I guess I'll go with textbooks.
well, no, you can be there if you, are you free at 3?
Are you free Tuesday on 3 p.m.?
Yeah,
No.
no,
It's just half an hour.
you have class. We'll talk about it later, but just think about that. in
Just
advance.
figure out, then let me know.
Yeah. Angel, are you interested in any other second committee? Because Annette, you're already set, right?
Angel is a part of a second. He's on IT.
Oh, he's on IT. That's perfect for him. Yep, Lando set, Annette. Is Annette set?
Yeah.
She's fine.
Yes, and that's on team development.
Oh, and, yep, she is.
Planning investment.
perfect. Okay, everyone's got everything except for Nevaeh. We'll find something for
So
you.
it's at 3, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 3 p.m. on Tuesday.
I'll drop them all in chat too.
Yep, and then for the two new members, you're interested in legislative affairs, and I think the first thing to do is get you sworn in if you want to, so you should talk to Cole and me, and we'll figure out by next Thursday, but yeah. Yeah, okay, I think that's everything for this one, so we know what our next goals are. I will entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion.
Motion made, second by VP Nevaeh, so that works. Okay, voting unanimous, all those in favor, say aye. Okay, opposed, abstentions, motion adjourned at 6:31 PM, only 1 minute late.
Pretty good.
What? There's no office hours this week.
Oh.
So yes.
Oh, there isn't?